At 82, I've seen and learned a lot in life. But there's one choice I truly regret: moving into a nursing home. At first, it looked like the right step. My family encouraged me, saying I'd get all the care and comfort I needed. I trusted them. But once I got here, I realized the truth was far different from what I had imagined. Some of you might also be thinking about this either for yourself or for a loved one. Maybe you believe it's the safest option. Maybe people around you told you it will make life easier. But before you decide, I want to share 6 things I wish someone had told me before I moved in. Because life in a nursing home is not just about convenience, it changes everything. And once you step in, leaving isn't as easy as you think. Stay with me till the end, because some of these lessons may surprise you. And if you know someone considering this path, this video may be exactly what they need to hear before making a life-changing decision. Backhand index pointing right. Regret 1, losing my independence. The biggest shock wasn't the small room, fixed meal times, or unfamiliar faces. It was realizing that I had lost control over my own life. At home, I had my own routines. I chose when to wake up, when to eat, when to walk, or when to just relax with a book in my favorite chair. But here, everything runs on someone else's schedule. Breakfast at a fixed time, even if I'm not hungry. Lights out at a set hour, whether I'm sleepy or not. Even going for a walk needs permission and sometimes a long wait. Simple choices, what to eat, what to wear, slowly start feeling like privileges, not rights. In my first week, I woke up, stretched, and looked around for my book. That's when it hit me: this wasn't my home. My books, my chair, my little comforts, gone. In their place were blank walls and a bed I didn't choose. I was no longer in charge of my own life. And the hardest truth? Once you give up independence, getting it back is nearly impossible. You adapt to their system, but in the process, you start losing yourself. Ask yourself, are you ready to let go of the small freedoms that make life yours? Because once they're gone, you'll miss them more than you ever thought. Backhand index pointing right. Regret 2, feeling forgotten. One of the most painful things about moving into a nursing home is realizing the world outside keeps going without you. At first, my family promised to visit often, and they did. My daughter came weekly, my grandchildren on weekends. But slowly, visits became fewer. Calls replaced visits. Holidays were the hardest, plans kept changing, and I found myself sitting alone, watching other residents hoping someone would walk in. It's not that my family stopped loving me. Life just got busy for them. But being out of sight makes it easy to slip out of mind. I remember one evening, holding my phone, wanting to call my son. But I didn't want to sound needy. So I put it down. And that's when it hit me: this was my life now. Waiting, hoping someone remembers. If you're thinking about a nursing home, ask yourself, are you prepared for the loneliness? Because no matter how much your family loves you, distance changes things. Backhand index pointing right. Regret 3, losing my purpose. When I moved here, I thought I was only changing my address. I didn't realize I was also changing my reason to live. At home, I had responsibilities and routines: watering plants, making coffee, tidying up. Small things, but they gave me purpose. Here, meals are served, cleaning is done by staff, and there's nothing that truly feels like mine. At first, I told myself it was a blessing. No chores, no work. But soon the days felt empty, long stretches of time with nothing to do but wait. I saw it in others too. George, 84, was a carpenter. At home, he always built something. Here, with no tools and nothing to create, he sat with idle hands. One day he whispered, "I feel useless." And I knew exactly how he felt. When you have nothing to care for, life begins to lose meaning. If you're considering this path, ask, what gives you purpose? Because here, finding it again won't be easy. Backhand index pointing right. Regret 4, declining health faster than expected. Before I came here, I was doing well for my age. Not an athlete, but active, walking, cooking, shopping, stretching. Once I moved in, life got easier, but too easy. Meals came to me, help was always a button away. Slowly, I stopped moving as much. My legs got weaker. Getting up from a chair became hard. Muscles I worked years to keep faded fast. And it wasn't just me. I saw others arrive walking strong but within months relying on walkers, then wheelchairs. Alice, my neighbor, once full of life, said, "I feel like I aged 10 years in just a few months." That's exactly what happens. Stop using your body, and you lose it. If I had known, I would have pushed myself harder to keep moving. Ask yourself, will you stay active when everything here makes life effortless? Because once you slow down, getting back up is far harder than you think. Backhand index pointing right. Regret 5, losing privacy and dignity. At home, I had privacy. My room, my door, my silence. Here, privacy is rare. Staff come in and out, checks are constant, and many spaces are shared. Even showering or using the bathroom sometimes requires help. They mean well, but it's not easy to accept. And not everyone gets a private room. Sharing with a stranger can be tough, different habits, noise, even hygiene. I was lucky, but many aren't. And no matter how much you decorate, the room never fully feels like yours. The hardest part? Losing dignity. Being treated more like a patient than a person. Living by rules you didn't set. Slowly, you stop feeling like yourself. Ask yourself, are you ready to give up privacy and control you've had all your life? Because once it's gone, it's very hard to get back. Backhand index pointing right. Regret 6, harder to leave than you think. When I moved in, I told myself it was temporary. If I didn't like it, I'd just leave. But I didn't realize how complicated leaving would be. My home was empty, hard to maintain, and my children had already started making changes. When I talked about moving back, they hesitated. Are you sure? Is it safe? We just want what's best. And after months here, my body wasn't the same. I wasn't as strong, not as confident living alone. Fear kept me stuck. Others felt the same. Some never left, because their homes were sold or their money gone. What seemed reversible, wasn't. That's the truth nobody tells you. Once you go in, the outside world slowly slips away. And coming back isn't simple. Backhand index pointing right. Final thoughts. I don't regret growing older. But I regret believing a nursing home was my only option. I expected comfort and safety. What I found instead was a slow loss of independence, privacy, purpose, and self. Are nursing homes all bad? No. Some people truly need them. But before you decide, think hard about what you're giving up. Because once you move in, life will never be the same. If I could go back, I would fight harder to stay in my own home, find support without losing freedom, and only make this move if there was no other choice. So if you're facing this decision, ask yourself, is it truly best for me, or just the easiest option right now? Because your independence, your routines, and your choices are worth holding on to for as long as possible.